In our money lead, the war in Iran continues to increase the amount of money you are paying to fill up your car. The U.S. average gas price is now $3.25 a gallon. That's the highest average price in 11 months. There has been a 26-cent a gallon increase since just Friday. It is likely going to get worse because the war appears to have completely stopped the flow of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. That is the crucial waterway between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, where about 20% of the world's crude oil and natural gas passes through. The S&P Global Commodities says 0 tankers made their way through yesterday. And as of today, U.S. oil prices spiked to their biggest one-day increase since May 2020, with U.S. crude oil surging 8.5% to $81.01 a barrel. Let's bring in Gene Seroka. He's the executive director of the Port of Los Angeles and has spent several years based in Dubai, overseeing shipping operations across 22 countries. Gene, you actually still maintain many contacts you made throughout the region's logistics sector. We've seen both U.S. gas and oil prices go up since the war started. But given the uncertainty over how long this is going to last, what major global impacts could we see going forward?
Good evening, Jake. The Middle East looks a lot like the U.S. from a purchasing standpoint. Not much is manufactured there, so furniture, footwear, clothing, electronics all get moved from Asia by these container ships into the Middle East, the Arabian Gulf, Red Sea, and East Africa. So the consumer in the Middle East is going to start to see lower levels of inventory across their normal buying channels. I'm also concerned about perishable commodities, fruit, vegetables, and different meat coming in those chilled refrigerator containers. It's a closed loop market, meaning that those ships designated to go to those 3 subregions will turn around and go right back to Asia for the next round of imports coming to the Middle East. The impacts here in the U.S. will be minimal, except for the price of fuel that those big ships use. They're going to be going up at least 30% as the shipping lines review their cost structures.
So earlier today, Iran's Revolutionary Guard, and I understand we should take everything they say with a grain of salt, but they said that the Strait of Hormuz is only closed to ships from the U.S., Israel, Europe, and other Western allies. But doesn't that still impact just about every tanker that goes through?
It sure does. Right now, there are hundreds of ships lined up outside the strait to the east, with many more inside that are immovable right now. 110 or so container ships, and then hundreds of energy ships, bulkers, perishable commodities, as you said at the top of the segment. So realistically speaking, again, nothing's moving, and we have no evidence that it will anytime soon.
Yesterday, the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, reinforced President Trump's commitment to send the U.S. Navy to escort oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. Is that a risk that global shipping lines are willing to take, that they'll do it surrounded by Navy ships?
Not at this time. We just concluded our Trans-Pacific Maritime Conference that S&P Global hosted with the Journal of Commerce here in Long Beach this week. And talking to shipping executives, their attention was turned directly to the Middle East, and they're not really with the risk appetite to go through that strait at this point in time.
What kind of immediate ripple effect will American consumers see from this?
Price at the pump is up 27 cents. The oil prices you covered crossed $80 today for West Texas Intermediate. These bunker prices on ships are going up, as will the price for the fuel adjustment factor on our airplanes overall. But I still think the supply chain flow from Asia on finished goods coming into the United States will continue unimpeded. We don't share vessels, crew, or assets with these other East-West trades. We're in pretty good shape. But with a war risk premium now being assessed by companies like Hapag-Lloyd and CMA CGM to the tune of $3,000 per container for ships headed that way, it's going to be some time before we see normal supply chains unwind there. The next round of ships that were scheduled to leave Asia this weekend heading to the Middle East have all been stopped for the time being.
So it's $3,000 per container, not per container ship. How many containers do these ships carry on average?
Up to about 24,000 container units. That's a lot of money we're talking about. And on a per container basis, Jake, that's equivalent to, if not a little bit more, than the price of the ocean freight for the right to ship that container.
I know you saw some impacts of the tariffs at the Port of Los Angeles where you work. Are you seeing any impact of this war yet at the Port of Los Angeles?
Just on the fuel prices at this time, the Trans-Pacific market, which is the highest revenue yielding market in the world, continues to move cargo fluidly. But we're also coming off just the close of Lunar New Year in Asia, Jake. So it's typically our slower time of year. And if there's any spike or rerouting of cargo, we'll be able to absorb that pretty quickly here.
All right, Gene Seroka, thank you so much for your expertise. Appreciate it. We're hearing more.